Am I the bad guy because I beat you?
Beep, bop, beep, beep.
I mean, you take, you draw.
Beep, bop, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to Square Corner, Chit Chat Corner.
Okay, welcome today everyone to our Chit Chat Corner. Again with your hosts, Amy and Din. Yeah. Although once we have a guest here, probably I won't be here anymore lah.
The guest sit in the middle. We have this small area, but the guest sit in the middle.
Yeah, I will be the wall between the guest and our...
Why the guest? Why are you going to be the wall? No, the guest is going to be the wall between both of us.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I'm going to be the wall. Either way, welcome to our Square Corner, Chit Chat Corner. Square Chit Chat Corner, Square Chit Chat Corner. So, what you so giddy up about today?
What am I supposed to say?
What's our topic for today?
So, if you guys don't know yet, right now, Square Corner, we finally have a Pokemon judge.
Who's that?
You lah.
Oh, it's me ah. Okay lah.
He just passed his Pokemon judge exams and the interview. By the way, this guy is an introvert. Going through an interview is hell for him.
Well, I think I do quite okay in interview. As introvert as I am from my previous work, I think interview should be walk. What people say? A breeze walk. Yeah,
walk.
it should be a breeze. I not try to be so full of myself, but I kill every interview that I go.
Yeah, by giving your lame ass dad joke. Wait. Yes, you did kill the interview.
Yeah. By the way, you can see my lame dad joke in our previous video before.
Yeah, that's a lot of lame jokes.
Yeah.
But okay, all jokes aside, guys, if you guys want to know how to be a Pokemon judge, a Pokemon TCG judge, not a Pokemon judge as in like, why are you green? That kind. Okay? No. It's a Pokemon TCG judge. Basically what you do is you just go to the Pokemon any events, tournaments, right?
Yeah.
Like shop that has tournaments, but to host a tournament, it requires to at least have one official judge over there. So right now, we can tell you how to get a Pokemon judge. It's not gonna be easy. You guys have to really, really study a lot. And his table is just full of Pokemon. You know how we all Asian people study, right? It's like the things all in front of us, then we just absorb it.
Yeah. You sound like a pug for a moment. How you make that sound again? But it's okay. The thing is, yeah, I need to study because I keep telling her I'm half Chinese, so I need to have that study side on my...
So you put everything over there to study, to absorb it.
Because I need to do my very best last time to pass the exam.
Yeah. So, okay, my question right now, the most common question is, where do you sign up to be a Pokemon judge?
Okay, the thing is if you want to sign up to be a Pokemon judge, they always have an announcement about Pokemon professor.
Professor?
Yeah,
like Professor Oak?
They actually they call it judge, but the official program for it, the official program for it is called becoming a Pokemon professor.
I see. So normally they post in their
in their
socials?
social media. But in my case, because we actually have a friend who are actual Pokemon judge before. Yeah, so he's the one who introduced it to me that okay, we have a intake for the program during this date and this date. And because we in Square Corner, we want to open a shop in the future, and we also want to host a tournament. So we figured one of us need to be a judge. So I'll take up that mantle to become a judge?
No. It's because he's already, handling the Pokemon side.
Yeah.
He's already handling the Pokemon side. Might as well he become the judge.
Yeah, might as well, right? Might as
Because
well.
OP don't have a judge. OP don't have Marines or the pirate king or anything like that to officiate a tournament. But Pokemon has a Pokemon judge.
But if you're interested to become a Pokemon judge, you can actually go to their website and see when they are open for another Pokemon Professor program, because I think they will keep having an intake from time to time. They will open like you say, a registration for you to become a Pokemon Professor. Because there's two Pokemon Professor. You can be a judge in normal Pokemon game and in TCG one. For me, I took the TCG side because mostly I play Pokemon TCG.
And what about the Pokemon game?
Because we don't play a Pokemon game yet. I can tell you I'm good at Pokemon game, but I am not good at the competitive side. One thing is because I stopped playing Pokemon during Black 2 and White 2 era. And after
There's a Black 2 and White. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's Black 2 and White 2. And
Much more better than me, bruh. I'm still stuck at Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire.
Ruby and Sapphire. Wow.
How long that is?
Very long ago, but I guess for you, it's normal lah because you're not really a console gamer, right?
No, I'm not. But the most recent Pokemon game that I played was Let's Go Pikachu.
Let's Go Pikachu? Oh, I thought you're not a console gamer, but...
Because, okay, hear me out. Because I used to work at Impulse. So they have like this Switch Lite that used to test games that people who want to trade games in, right? So we have that Switch, and during the time that I'm off, like on a break, okay, I do take that out and then just ask within this 1 hour, can I like use this? And then I want to play the game that does not have any box, which is Let's Go Pikachu. I am fine with it, man. I just put it on and I started playing. I was like, oh my god, this is interesting. This is so nice.
Well, I back then I think so. I never played Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, but I see the concept is quite fun lah. You don't have to battle. I mean, you battle with the trainer, but you actually never battle with the wild one, right? You just
need to catch it. You don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, for me, I stopped at Black 2 and White 2 era, and after that, I don't play other Pokemon game because I don't have Nintendo Switch or Nintendo 3DS at that time.
Just saying, guys, we still have the OP Rumble that could get the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, we still have. So, how many slots we have left?
Currently, is 49 slots.
Yeah, 49 slots. So, if you want a chance to win your Switch 2 OLED,
what Switch 2? Switch only.
Oh,
Switch
Switch
OLED, Nintendo Switch. Switch 2 haven't.
Oh, Switch 2 haven't. I'm so sorry.
Switch OLED or a PS5.
So, come to our live, watch her, buy a lot. So you stand more chance to win.
Or you can come to our booth every weekend.
Yeah.
I do sometimes bring it to the booth there to open.
But then again, when the new Pokemon game, I don't have Nintendo Switch, so I don't play. And honestly, playing Pokemon TCG and playing normal Pokemon game, I think playing Pokemon game required more time for me because I have to level up Pokemon, I have to train Pokemon, and if you
fight the gym battles, and let's not forget about the what do you call that? The Pokemon Legends, like they're at the the Elite Four, yes, the
Elite Four.
Oh my god, I was like trying to think what was the name of those people.
Yeah, the Elite Four. The thing is, when you play normal Pokemon game, everything you need to consider. First, you need to have a Pokemon that in the meta is one, and then you need to catch Pokemon
and train them.
And then some people are very particular. They need to have a Pokemon EV, right? They need to have a nature, right? And everything, the stats and everything, and that's why I think playing Pokemon game is a bit time consuming for me because I don't have time to do that. So playing Pokemon TCG, if I play Pokemon TCG, the only effort that I have to do is one is to study.
Build a deck.
Yeah, build a deck, to study and to find the card. And finding a card sometimes can take a little bit more time because some card is harder to find than the others. And usually the battle will take around 30-25 minutes. Yeah, it's very short. As long as you have that 60 card for your decks, then you can just play it.
So there's two types of judge lah.
Yeah, so that's why I choose to become a TCG side. And you see also in our content also, we mostly do the TCG side. Wait until I have a time to play normal Pokemon game, then we will start making a content about that.
We are slowly but like getting into the console games. So do check out in our pre-order site, like our pre-order or our order site for all the games as well, the consoles, everything. Soon.
Yeah.
We'll get there because we are focusing more on the hobby side. But other than that, okay. So we now know where to look for it, where to look for the judge. We now know what you have to do a bit larger side. You have to study. But actually, right, can you like explain to us when you take the exam? Like, is it like multiple choice or you have to write an essay or something like that?
Okay, the thing is when you gone through the first exam, they actually give you a multiple choice. So in order to become a Pokemon professor or Pokemon judge in TCG especially, you do need to study your cards. Because they will ask you, for me last time they asked me from Sword and Shield era until Scarlet and Violet era. So that's a lot of meta or a lot of card that I need to memorize. Thank God it's in English, so I can memorize.
Unlike in OP, right?
Yeah, because I have a pea-sized brain. So they will give you, for the first stage of exam, they will give you a multiple choice of question. But don't worry, you can actually search your answer in the internet. But you might think that, oh, I can search my answer on internet. It's going to be easy. No, it's not going to be easy because it will be like a trick question. If you guys have ever take driving license in Malaysia, you know, that kind of trick question they will ask you.
No, but those are just common sense.
Yeah, that this one will test your common sense as a Pokemon TCG players lah. Because in order for you to become a Pokemon judge, of course you have to become a player first. You cannot just blindly become a judge.
Oh, that's very true. I don't understand anything about the TCG side.
So I have to go out and play a lot and lose a lot, win also, in order for me to understand the effect, the ability of Pokemon. Because mostly they will ask about the ability and the effect, does it stack with each other? If this ability is being used first, what happened to this ability? If this attack, this one does ability trigger.
The ability, he's using the ability sleep on me right now. It's doing 30 damage.
Sorry. But the thing, that kind of the question that they will ask you lah, because I don't think I'm allowed to say the actual question that they ask me.
NDA is it?
Yeah, some NDA lah, because some of part also they didn't allow me to record or whatsoever.
I see.
The one thing I can tell you, the question is easily to find in the internet. Let's say you forget about Pokemon abilities, you can search it on internet. But they don't
explain to you like, does it really stack?
Yeah. So you have to use your common sense as a player. Let's just say, oh, you play this Pokemon have the ability. If he come out first, then the other ability is triggered or not, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you need to have your experience as a player. Some of the question can be very easy. Like, I mean, I think Pokemon Judge was very fair on that. Some question is really, really hard. Some question is really, really just close eyes also you can answer already. And it's a multiple type question. Don't worry, you don't have to write an essay. I know how everybody.
I don't like doing essays.
Yeah, I don't like doing essay. And I think if I remember correctly, the time of the exam is around 1 hour.
Oh, 1 hour. Okay,
Yeah.
it's quite normal because that's exactly like half the time that we have for our normal exam.
Yeah, I could be wrong. It might be half an hour or 1 hour. But I remember when I took the exam for the second time. First time I took it, the first Pokemon professor I failed.
But I think he failed on there's two parts, by the way. He got mentioned to us that there's two parts. That's why you hear him saying just stage 1.
Yeah.
Stage 1 is just the answering.
Yeah.
So what's stage 2?
Yeah, because I remember when I tried to answer the question, I actually had help from all the Pokemon expert behind me. If you don't know, back that time when I do the first test, I actually did it at Ethereal Sanctum. So I have some player that actually we actually was discussing how.
Wow. Pokemon, do you see this? I should be showing you what is his judged ID and everything, man. This guy should get banned.
Not bad. I mean, the thing is, becoming a professor is one of the thing is to bring the community together, and I believe at that time I did bring all the community together to answer the question. Some of the question I did like I'm not sure that I asked the opinion of other players.
But you're a Pokemon judge. You can't be not sure and then ask the opinion of others. Then how do you judge the tournament at that time? Oh, what do you think about this? Does this effect stack on each other? Oh, what do you think about it?
But I just want to try to make sure. But yeah, but thank God I did pass on that. And what the question again for the second stage?
Yeah, the second stage itself. Because
Okay.
you said you failed the first time. So, what was the reason for the first time failing?
I just
Of course, people need to know that you say got stage 1. Then how many stages are there?
actually there's 2 stages in becoming a Pokemon professor. It become 3 stages if you actually manage to pass the second test. First test is a multiple type question. And the second one is the interview. The first time I got it, I kind of failed at the interview side, but I managed to pass it on the second time. For the interview, yeah, that's where actually test your common sense.
So we'll say the first time, like I mentioned at the start, that he is an introvert lah. So he probably the first round he failed because he's not prepared.
Yeah, I was not prepared, but thankfully the second time I was prepared and I managed to pass the second test. So the second test is just a normal interview, but they will ask a few questions. One is a very straightforward question, but the hard part, I think the one that they ask you to use your brain a bit. Yeah, to use your brain a bit. They will ask you some question like, if you are official Pokemon professor or judge, what can you do to not smear the name of Pokemon?
Oh, don't join in any tournaments.
Yeah. So that one they take into account lah, because actually the person who interview you will actually report it to Pokemon company about your answer. So when you pass a first test, it will actually took a few months for you to get the answer, and after you pass the second test also they will take a few months for you to get the answer, because I think it will not be around Malaysia only when they open the intake for Pokemon Professor program. There will be a whole in Southeast Asia, because as I believe there's a Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines,
Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia. So there's a lot of, that's why I think they took a long time, because I think they did review the
Meaning it's good lah. They are actually like really looking through all of the participants' answers rather than just like, oh, okay, this one he's confident pass, this one he's okay pass, this one no, this one no. No. Meaning they really do read what you answer. Like, listen to what you answer. Obviously, I'm pretty sure those people, what they did was they came out with a transcript rather than, watching the whole thing.
Because because the person who interviewed, they actually will type in your answer whatsoever. So they will report back to Pokemon. But what they actually asked me, I don't know if I can reveal it or not.
Don't. Yeah. It's preferable not to, but just know that it's mostly common sense things, like what you would. Let's just say, for example, I would say something along the lines of, how would you go around being able to do a content without smearing the name for Square Corner? It's something like that.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Or how would you go around, like, would you be able to do a content with this ABC shop and also ask them whether are they okay with being compared to XYZ's shop?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, so that kind of thing make you have your critical thinking going at that time, because it was completely like you get blindsided when they ask a question like that. It's like completely. When I got that question, thank God there's a people in front of me that answer first, so I can plan my answer.
Okay, so there were other people inside the interview.
Yeah, because they interview us with multiple people at the time.
Oh, okay. Like how? Like how many people actually?
For me, like I said, I cannot reveal how many people, but there was multiple people on me and that in that video call. And then
so they do video call instead. Okay.
And then they will question you one by one. Let's say first start from left to right, and then the second question is from right to left, something like that.
Oh, I see. Okay. Understandable.
So thank God I was somewhat in the middle, so I can plan my answer. So I think I did pretty well on the second interview.
I see. Okay, so now we know that how the stage 2 is. Since you say once you pass stage 2, there's a third stage. What's the third stage?
The stage is actually a workshop that you have to attend to receive your official pin and badge as a Pokemon judge and Pokemon professor lah.
Oh, okay. So over here we will show the pin and the badge lah.
Okay. If don't, I show you the page itself.
Okay.
But yeah, in order for you to actually being official judge and Pokemon professor, you have to have that official pin and badge from Pokemon before you can host any tournament or become a judge in any kind of event.
So even though you already passed, you still have to wait for the pin and the badge for you to really start becoming an official judge lah.
Yes.
I see.
But whatever they taught me in the workshop, I really cannot reveal it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It still is an NDA. So those of you who are interested can actually go give it a try, and you want to be able to do what the judges do at the tournament, then you can try to apply for it lah. But other than being a judge, what other things that all this Pokemon professor does?
Basically, you can organize an event for your show. Of course, you need to you need to apply for it or whatsoever. And then in any tournament, you can join as a Pokemon as a staff, but mostly as a judge over there, because some of a big tournament, right, they actually have a lot of players and not a lot of eyes that are looking for.
So they prefer to have a lot more judges lah.
Yeah, they prefer to have a lot more judges.
But with a lot more judges, then lesser players already.
I don't think that will be a problem, because the thing is, to pass it in the first place is actually quite difficult, I would say. It will quite difficult for everyone to pass a Pokemon judge, program, Pokemon Professor program. And secondly, I don't think a lot of people in Malaysia are interested to become a Pokemon professor, because they rather become a player than a professor itself. Because I can tell you, when you in the event as a judge, your main job is actually to make sure event is going smoothly with other judge and other officials. And the second thing is, you need to walk around to look at the players, settle a dispute with everything. And I can say for some players, right, they are much more like to play rather than watch other people play. Because some players said to me when I asked them, why don't you want to become a Pokemon professor or judge? They said, oh, I cannot stand and watch people play, I need to play myself, something like that. So some people find it like, I would say, very bored if they just look for 25 minutes and one whole event we have like 8 matches, that how long you have to stand by. I will say it can be quite tiring. But the thing is, this Pokemon professor or Pokemon judge, sometimes they get a promo card for the judge only.
Oh, so that's the benefit of being a judge.
Yeah.
So you do get like cards.
Yeah, but other thing they do is just they can host a Pokemon event, and of course they can join as a Pokemon staff or official during official Pokemon tournament lah.
But you can still play as a player lah.
Yeah, you can still play as a player. So don't
okay
worry,
lah.
don't think that once you become a Pokemon judge, you cannot become a player. I'm still a player. Sometimes I do go around shop and play.
Okay.
So I think there wasn't nothing much to do for Pokemon Professor. Yeah, unless you have your own shop, of course you can host a lot of tournament for your shop. Like there's a benefit into that.
That you don't have to like hire someone to come over and be a judge lah. Guess that's one good thing about having, if you're opening a shop, a TCG shop, or a hobby shop itself that you want to do TCG tournament, Pokemon tournaments especially, you don't actually have to hire someone when you already have one staff that is a judge himself. But of course that would mean he cannot play lah.
And of course that means I cannot play lah. I can only
he has to be the one that overseeing all these tournaments itself.
Yeah, but luckily I'm not the type who itchy to play when I see other people play. I'm not that.
But he's the type that itchy to open the pack. But to get all those pack is to participate.
Yes. I like my hand are very itchy to open a pack. I don't know. It becomes some sort of addiction, which I think nowadays I open pack less and less.
Yeah, because number one, I'm here to supervise him already. Like, no. And whenever he looks at the pack, he touch the pack, I'll be like, no.
Yeah, I cannot even touch the packs. Yeah. But if you are interested, you can actually follow Pokemon pages on Facebook or whatsoever. Sometimes they post it on there when they're going to have another intake. And I can assure you, whoever that wants to become a Pokemon judge, you need to be a nerd in Pokemon.
Okay lah, I will say okay lah.
You kind of need to know a lot of things. Yeah, especially about the cards. Like you need to have experience to play in order to answer all those tricky questions.
But okay, hear me out. I do recall you mentioning, not over here, but he does mention it like based on, wait no, he did mention it just now, based on the meta, the current meta itself. So I myself, not a player, but I know roughly that Pokemon do have rotation.
Yes.
So the upcoming Pokemon professor, right? I don't think you'll need to learn about the Sword and Shield era.
Yeah, you don't need to,
Yeah.
but you need to learn a new one. But the thing is,
the new one is all Scarlet Violet.
yeah, but I think during my time answering the question, some of the Sword and Shield era card also is out of rotation already. But they just asked me to be prepared.
So you still have to be prepared for even though it's out of rotation, you still have to understand lah. As long as they say it's Sword and Shield and Scarlet Violet.
Yeah.
So I think if the next one they still proceed on with Sword and Shield and Scarlet Violet series, you have to memorize the rest of the cards from Sword and Shield era.
The thing is not really have to memorize all the cards. It's just memorize the type of gameplay what this card is used
but
to
still
do.
have to memorize, right? Like
Still need to memorize a lot lah.
So hoping the next one would just be the Scarlet and Violet era. Because from what I recall, probably SV10 is gonna be the last one. Last one, as in like probably the Destined Rivals is gonna be the last Scarlet Violet series before they go into the Mega series.
Yeah, actually 2 of the Mega card is already being revealed.
Mega Lucario and Mega Gardevoir.
Yeah, which is when we see that one of the card is actually quite dirty. I
didn't even look at the skills, man. Only like all this Pokemon judge will look at them.
the gameplay that we anticipate is going to be quite dirty, but we don't know yet about the meta. Maybe the thing about Pokemon that I like is the game can be super balanced. Unlike other TCG game, right? Sometimes there's a card that is too overpowered that can actually destroy the meta itself. So far, Pokemon, they do have some cards that actually dominate the meta. But as far as I play the current meta now, I would think it's very balanced. Everything can counter each other without any problem. It's just the way how you think during the game itself. So then again, if you want to be, just study about your Pokemon cards and make sure play also. Study is not enough. Please become a player first.
Okay. I'm not a player, and they've been trying to get me to be a player. And somehow, because I do like my PP over here, he has been trying to build a deck for Bulbasaur for me.
You know, it's almost complete.
Yeah, he's been trying to build a deck for Bulbasaur for me, but I told him that I only like Bulbasaur, I don't like Venusaur.
You cannot play Bulbasaur without
I
Venusaur.
only like Bulbasaur. My baby is like this baby, this. You see it in the anime, right? Bulbasaur don't want to evolve. Right,
I don't know how to build a Bulbasaur deck around it without having a Venusaur. But once it's done, she can give it a try. Hey, you in this business, you have to know a bit also.
No, I don't exactly need to know a bit at all.
Just a bit,
No, it's alright. Don't need. I don't need to know how to become a player, because being a player is expensive. Being a collector is even more expensive.
Yeah, if only you have a best friend that keep giving you cards.
Yes. That's what my reward for stopping him from, buying the packs.
Oh, a reward?
Hey, okay, you compare yourself. If you buy the hits itself, isn't it much more better than buying the packs?
Yeah, true. But yeah, like again, sometimes you get the excitement of getting what cards that what's card that going to come out from the pack. Sometimes that excitement that you want. Some people say it's a game dude addiction.
He has to say that.
Yeah.
Game dude.
Yeah, it's a game dude addiction. But the thing is, it can get very exciting when you start opening a pack.
Like it just increases your, what do you call that? The
Dopamine, adrenaline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dopamine itself.
Yeah, again, because when the first time I open it, I see people open TCG pack. I say, why people that spend a lot of a lot of money on this piece of cardboard, whatsoever. Then you try to open it yourself.
Then you know the feeling.
Yes.
The ecstasy coming.
Yeah, the ecstasy coming. The thing is, she is our jockey. She have that ecstasy every time she try to pull for other people, which is sometimes I feel like quite jealous also. She can open the pack.
Okay, hear me out. I don't open all the time, okay? I just don't open all the time. Because whenever I have order, I open it. But during the time I work in Impulse, yes, I do have the opportunity to keep on opening.
So it feels good to keep ripping the pack to see what other
But
people
it's not mine.
yeah, I know it's not yours, but the excitement of will I get a hit or not? Will I get a hit or not?
I mean, I'm happy for everyone else who bought from me, and then if got hit, like I'm happy for you as well. Like I will hype up for you.
So for now, I think the best course of action, if I want to open a pack, I let her open a pack for me, so I don't get that dopamine. Because the moment I open one, maybe I want to buy another one. I want to buy another one.
Keep on going. Should I open it or should I keep it sealed?
So now I have a friend that actually manage my addiction until I can fully recover.
Hey, and this guy is a Pokemon judge.
Yes.
So I guess that's today's episode, which is mostly on just the Pokemon judge, how to be one and what do you actually do.
Yeah, and what you actually need to actually pass the test lah.
Yeah.
It's
you have the how, you have the when. Actually, it's more on the where, when, and how you apply for it, and also like what you have to do. We've already answered that. What other?
I think I pretty much cover everything for you guys to make it quite easy without revealing so much also. I feel like I give you answer for you to think about what you need to prepare, and good luck if you everyone over there who interested to be a Pokemon judge. And
I have one more question before he continue on. How long the duration you have to wait until you got the confirmation that you have passed?
That one also I cannot tell.
Also cannot tell.
Cannot tell.
Okay.
Okay.
But I can give a rough estimation is basically like few months. It wasn't like just few days. It's total up to few months. We have been waiting for his answer for a very, very long time before he actually mentioned to us that he passed. So I would say it's few months. You have to be patient. You really have to be patient to like get the answer. Don't worry that they don't actually like send you an email about all this, like what's the update and everything. Like what he mentioned, there's other countries too. Yeah,
there will be a lot of people that are applying the same position as you, and I think everything goes by layers, because people from your country first, and then have to go maybe some Pokemon representative in Malaysia, and then have to go for Pokemon company, and it's a big company. You really need to be patient about that.
So I would say it's similar to what people have in Malaysia, which is SPM.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long do we have to wait for our result last time?
Actually, we had to wait for like 2-3 months.
2-3 months. Yeah, I remember a few months also, because I remember after SPM I did work few jobs before I can actually.
I think I studied after my SPM. I straight away enrolled in ATC and start studying until like I got my result. And once I got my result, that's when I applied to go to another university, because they actually needed the SPM result.
Okay.
They don't take the pre SPM.
Yeah, but anyway, you need to wait a few months for an answer for the confirmation email, and if you think it's too long, you can actually email to the Pokemon company itself about your certification or whatsoever.
Oh, you can actually send them an email.
Yeah, send them. Email also will take them quite a few time to actually get back to you, because you know, Pokemon is a big company. I'm pretty sure every customer or every Pokemon fan have their own inquiry or question need to ask.
That's very true.
Yeah, so just need to be patient when you take the exam. Like, don't rush it. Yeah.
Okay, by the way, for my international friends, SPM is basically like an exam in Malaysia that put what level you at for each subjects. We're not exactly like how the American studies are.
I would say it's equivalent to your SAT.
Yes, it's an equivalent to your SATs.
Yeah.
So it's something like that, but this is just an explanation of what SPM is lah. Sijil Pendidikan
Malaysia.
Sijil Pendidikan Malaysia, SPM.
Yeah.
We used to have 2 more other exams that is similar to SPM, but then they already abolished those 2. But we still remember what are those 2.
Yeah, I still remember.
Like UPSR, which is at the age of 12. Then we have PMR at the age of 15.
Yeah, 15. I remember I have to take 2 at that time because I was in religious school. So I have UPSR and I have UPSRI.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
I is for the Islam.
yeah. Then I have to take both.
Then PMR, PMRI.
I don't remember what's the equivalent to PMR for Islamic, but I do take some of the subject before, and in SPM also I have SPM actually just SPM. It's just I have to take extra religious studies because when I remember some of my friends who are not in religious school, they just take 8 subject.
Yeah, it's around there.
Yeah, I take 13 subject.
Okay, that's extra.
Yeah, that's quite extra. It's including Arab language also that I have to take.
All our friends over here, I'm so sorry you don't understand don't exactly understand fully. It's like in our exam we have English, obviously, English, Malay, Bahasa Melayu, our national language,
Yes.
Bahasa Melayu. The most common one first. So we have two courses, which is the science
Yes.
and the arts.
Yeah, art stream and science stream.
Yes, so art stream is not exactly what you're thinking of, like, fully on all those drawing. We have that, yes, but they are also into the creative mind side where they are good at calculations and all those. Yeah, so art stream is that, science stream is basically like biology, all those forensic science and everything. So there is like in the middle, which is a sub-science where it's a mixture of art stream and a sub-stream.
Yeah, they call it last time a social science social.
Yes. So there's this last. This is just an explanation. We're not going into a new topic, guys. This is just an explanation to our international friends so that they understand what we're talking about as well. So for him, like when we say the duration is like SPM, it's basically like your SATs or maybe like your application to any university.
Yes.
That you need to wait for a few months before they accept. So it's the same as Pokemon Judge, where I have to wait for a few months. For us, we have to wait for the SPM results.
Yes.
For a few months. So I would say your duration to get the answer is few months.
Yeah, a few months. You just
need to have patience and just wait.
You need to have patience. Also, when you actually become a judge, also you actually I see when you become a judge, you actually need a lot of patience because some people, some players, they are not very patient and they can be quite troublesome when you try to dispute the result.
Yes.
Yeah. So need to be patient on your end when you become a Pokemon professor. Maybe one thing that you need to train your patience: meditate a lot. For Muslim, pray a lot.
For me, it's this guy, slap him would be nice.
Yeah. But
Amitofo, Sinjoy.
Which is very ironic because Pokemon, first Pokemon come out is designed for kids, mah.
Yeah, but now it's not. It's like every age also plays it.
So now you become a Pokemon, you have to deal with adults also, and you, all of you can admit that some adults can be quite difficult to deal with.
Throw tantrums. They throw tantrums a lot. It's worse than kids, I would say.
So I play with kids. Kids actually, kids in the Pokemon community, in Malaysia, most of them that I met, they actually are quite well behaved. It's the adult that I have to deal with. Sometimes I can play with the kid with 5 years old, 6 years old, even 7 years old. They actually quite well behaved. You know, if they lost, they say, "Oh, congratulations, bro." They will say something like that. But with adults, right? Sometimes when they didn't get the card that they want, they will toot, something like that in front of you, and then you feel like, am I at the wrong here because you draw a wrong card?
And not just that, it's just like when they were about to lose, they know they are losing already. They're just like,
yeah.
win lah, you take lah, you draw.
And sometimes some acting like that, some of them will purposely drag the time for you, because Pokemon tournament usually you have 25 minutes limit, and when they know that when both of you did not win within the time limit, you take a double loss. So they will purposely drag the game, then you get a double loss. Some adults very unsportsmanlike. Yeah, very have.
It's like, if I lose, you're losing with me.
Yes. with the kids, they can accept when they are losing. I don't mind playing with the kids. The kids that I met, most of the time they are quite well behaved. Although they are quite noisy, but they are quite well behaved. If they lose, they'll take it to the. I never fought a kid who actually after they lose, they will cry or whatsoever. I haven't met a kid like that lah. But for adult, yes, I met a adult like that will throw tantrum after they actually losing, which sometimes make me feel bad. Am I the bad guy because I beat you?
Okay, I guess that's just the end of the episode for now.
Yeah, this will be end of episode of now, and we will come back with another exciting topic for you guys to hear and for us to discuss.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll see you again next time on
Chit Chat Corner. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.